Yes, my people, welcome back to the channel. This is Salon's Blog, and it's a brand new day. Wherever you are, it's in the morning in Africa, and in Europe, it's in the morning as well. But here in Southeast Asia, we are after 3 p.m. I'm welcoming you in a very special way, the second video of the day, my dear friend. If you have not yet watched the first one, go down there, it's there. Watch the first one. It's fully loaded, full spec. Anyway, welcome to the channel. This is Salon's Blog. Remember to like the video, share the video. Let me hear from you on the comment section as well. Well. We are still on international break. And the news that are coming in, they are coming in quick and fast. And so today, I'll also be coming to you quick and fast. I'll be delivering just as it's coming in. Now, Matt Law reported yesterday on a podcast, through a podcast, yes, Matt Law, through a podcast yesterday, that Ben Chilwell's injury is going to take him out for a while. The injury situation of Ben Chilwell is going to sideline him for a while. He said, I don't think we will see Ben Chilwell again this year. It is not a good news that we are hearing, but that is how it is right now. He says, I don't think we will see Ben Chilwell again this year. He is another one Chelsea need to be careful with. Get well soon, Ben. What it means is that his injury situation is not something that we should be expecting him to return this year. Most probably end of January or February. That is the latest on Ben Chilwell injury update. For those of you who have been asking, Ben Chilwell, when is he coming back? Well, Matt Law has responded on his podcast yesterday that Ben Chilwell this year, we ain't going to see him throughout this year until next year. That is the latest on Ben Chilwell. All right. David Osim reported something which I need to draw your attention to. There are happenings around Chelsea Football Club now about financial fair play issues, to the extent that we heard that there's going to be a point deduction, which they already did to Everton. Yesterday, we heard 12 points was being deducted from Everton. But Chelsea, we are not sure yet what exactly they are going to be doing. They said they are still investigating. Now, what brought about this is the old regime during Roman Abramovich's era, about 10 years ago, when some players were bought. I'll go into details, but for now, let me just remind you or to let you know that Chelsea's new owners held back £100 million from the sale ahead of the current investigation. What that means is that our owners, because they were going through the books before buying the club, they were going through the books and some things were not very clear to them. And so they purposely held back part of the money they were supposed to pay for the club in the tune of £100 million. So that in case of any issue that might pop up like this, they will use that money to solve that problem or to resolve those problems. So the Chelsea new owners held back £100 million from the sale ahead of the current investigation. The Premier League can go back as far as they want, unlike UEFA. So the Premier League have the right to go back and check the books about the dealings. But one thing that we also know that is that these current owners, they are not the ones responsible for the happenings now. They are not the ones responsible for any previous engagement or dealings. Now listen to this again. Experts said the transactions uncovered through a joint investigation by the Guardian and international partners could lead to Premier League imposing punishment on Chelsea, such as deduction of points. Private investigators were hired by the Premier League to investigate some of these issues. Yet, or before this investigation will start, Chelsea, the new owners, they themselves, when they found out certain irregularities, they presented their report to the Premier League board. They were very open and transparent that, see, after we purchased the club, we are seeing some irregularities in some payments. And we don't want our name to be dragged in the mud. So we are presenting these information to you. So it is Chelsea that took themselves to the Premier League board before the investigation even started. We presented ourselves to them. After we have taken over the club, we've noticed some irregularities in some payments. This payment was done in Dubai. This one was done from Cyprus. This one was done from here. And it did not match with the records that were presented to us while we were buying the club. But as it stands right now, because we don't want in the future an issue that will come up and it will look like we are trying to cover up some dealings, we are presenting this report to you now. So, which is a good thing. It means that our new owners are clean. Any investigation that is being uncovered right now through a joint investigation by the Guardian and international partners, which could lead to Premier League imposing punishment on Chelsea, such as point deduction, this cannot happen. It can't take place. Because we presented, it's like I bought something from somewhere, from someone, and the previous owner used it to, these certain deals, and I reported myself to the authorities. I reported the issue to the authorities. See, I bought this from this person legally. Government was fully involved. But look at what we noticed from after the buying, after we purchased the club. What do you think we should do about this? I hope you are getting my point there. So I don't want Chelsea fans to be so much scared, of anything. These issues can be resolved. Point deduction right now will go against us. That means if they should deduct 12 points like they did to Everton now, 12 points, that means we are going to be around 18th on the league table. We're going to be around 18th on the league table. So we are not hoping for that. And that is why our owners are doing everything possible to present every detail that is needed or that might be needed for the issue to be resolved amicably. That is how it is. All right. Now to other news. Yeah. Simon Jordan from TalkSport has this to say about it, about the same thing. He said, if people are going to make the comparison between what Manchester City are being accused of and what Chelsea are being accused of, the Todd Boehly regime has volunteered the information about the financial irregularities. That means that our case is different from Man City case. Our case is different from Manchester City that had about over 115 charges against them, but all of which were dropped. Not even a single point was deducted from last season. But in Chelsea's case, City have been accused of something which they did not present to the board. But Chelsea, Todd Boehly regime has volunteered those informations already. So we have nothing to be scared about. All right? All right, to other news finally. There have been conversations between Nottingham Forest and Chelsea to clear up why Andrew Santos hasn't been playing for them. They took our player, Andrew Santos, the Brazilian, very smart guy. In fact, we watched him play during the preseason. I was even surprised to see him going on loan. But I understand, because we have so much of such talent in Chelsea right now. We cannot keep him on bench. That's why we send him on loan, so that he will have a regular playing time in the Premier League. Nottingham Forest, they took him on, yet they've not allowed him to touch a ball throughout the season so far. About a month ago, I think I made the same story. Now the news is that Chelsea want to go in for the player. And if Chelsea should go in for him back in January, Nottingham will have to compensate Chelsea for not using the player. For not making use of the player, Nottingham Forest will have to do what? Compensate Chelsea. It's part of the agreement. Because the player was supposed to be playing regularly with the club. So they said Forest are apologetic and will not get in the way of Chelsea recalling him in January. Forest are apologetic for not using him, and they will not be in the way of Chelsea recalling the player back from loan in January. And they are not just going to recall him back. Nottingham Forest are going to be compensating Chelsea as well. So that is the news about Andrew Santos. Andrew Santos, the Brazilian, you can see him there on the screen. All right. Okay. A little bit again on the news we were talking about throughout yesterday. Victor Osim, yeah. According to Matt Law on London Blue podcast, this is what he said. He said, I don't know this for pure fact, but I've got a good source on it. I think Osimhen will be Pochettino's first choice. The biggest issue is Chelsea's wage structure. Chelsea will have to shatter it. Our wage structure. There's a limit we set now on our wages. There's a limit we don't want to get to. Those times when we used to pay players £350,000 a week. Now, I think it's just about one or two players that are on that amount of money per week. They tried to bring down the wage bill. And they succeeded. I think majority of the players are below £150,000 a week. Majority of our players are below £150,000 a week. Only one or two. Raheem Sterling is around 250 or so, 300. Only one or two players still have that high wage. So to bring in Victor Osimhen right now, the wage bill, the amount that they will have to be paying him every week. Those are the issues they are thinking of right now. But he is our number one priority. He is Pochettino's number one or first choice right now as we speak. Dear friend, on that note, okay, there is a breakdown of the issues that were reported to the FA regarding the investigation. They say Hazard agent reportedly wanted a sizable commission worth about £6 million. In March 2013, a company owned by Abramovich agreed to pay €7 million to a Dubai-based company related to the sport. Unclear if declared to FA. It is unclear whether that deal was declared to the FA by the previous owners. This is one of the major issues that the FA are investigating. Hazard, his agent in 2013, demanded £6 million, and Abramovich paid the money through his company in Dubai, €7 million through a Dubai-based company. And it is unclear if that amount was declared to the FA. So that is part of the charges against Chelsea right now. All right. Okay, London is Blue podcast, Matt Law special. The current issues around Chelsea, which this next few weeks or few days to come, we'll be talking so much about Matt Law has indicated them here. Number one on our agenda from now onwards, Victor Osimhen to Chelsea, Conor Gallagher contract update, Andrew Santos to be recalled, Chilwell Nkuku injury update, lessons learned from Spurs Man City game, and more. So those are the things that throughout this week, so next week, Matt Law has indicated the news item that will be coming from Chelsea in this week. Victor Osimhen to Chelsea, Conor Gallagher contract update, Andrew Santos to be recalled, Ben Chilwell Nkuku injury update, lessons learned from Spurs Man City games. That is the agenda for this week, according to Matt Law, which you and I will be discussing even on this platform. Stay tuned. I'll be coming back with special episodes, special and exclusive ones later today. I'll see you on the other side when you see me. Shalom and peace.